Hello friends, good morning or afternoon, whenever. This is how I've been doing my gray brown smoky eye. So I've been using my Morphe Matte Essentials 9C, but honestly you can use any kind of brown gray tone that you have in any palette. This is the Wet n Wild highlighter. I love it. So cheap, been using it for a while. You'll see when I open it. This is one of my favorite eyeshadow from MAC. This is a repurchase of Swiss Chocolate. It's so good, especially if you have brown eyes. I find it just enhances them in such a beautiful way. These are some of the brushes I'll be using. Also super cheap and pick them up at random spots, to be honest. Okay, so first things first that I'm doing is I'm taking my little like packed shader brush with the highlighter, putting some on my inner corners as well as under my brow, which you'll see. And the only other thing I have on my eyes is just a wash of my bronzer, which I do as a base, honestly, before any kind of makeup look. It's basically my neutral point. So I just focus it on the inner corners and I'm taking it right underneath my brow because personally I love that look of the highlighter. I feel like it just completes the eye and just it's that extra that we need. Okay, so then from the Morphe 9C palette, I'm using that like mid-tone cool brown and that really light gray brown kind of color, mixing it together and then just using a buffer brush in my crease and kind of blending it throughout like my upper eyelid and outer corner. So I'm continuing to do that, and you can also tap off the excess off the brush, just helps with less powder falling out from where we're placing it, because obviously we don't want it like underneath our eyeballs because it's just not the look we're going for. And I'm also going to take the excess and just put a little bit underneath my eye, not a lot, but just a little bit of that color. Then next, I'm actually going to be taking my finger and going into that lighter kind of like brown light gray shade and putting that all over my eyelid. Honestly, I find finger application for an all over eyelid is sometimes just the best. It's a classic go-to and it's easy. I mean, it's right at your fingertips, pun intended. Then I'm going to take that same blender brush and kind of just merge everything together so it kind of all fuses and fades as one. Then the star of the show is the Swiss Chocolate by MAC eyeshadow. So I'm using kind of like a pencil-like brush and I'm going to be packing on the color because sometimes it takes a few times to first get the color on the lid, especially because I have layers, like a layer of shadow underneath. But it does have quite good pigment, but it is buildable to get it to a more intense like chocolate brown color. So I'm just following the natural shape of my lid and I'm going from the end of my lash line to the very tip with this eyeshadow. And at the end, I will wing it out ever so slightly, but nothing crazy. It's kind of just like a fade into the wing. And my methods are never perfect. I kind of just go with it. And like, if it gets a little messy along the way, it's part of the look, it's part of the vibe, and it's okay. Then I'm taking a bit more underneath my eye and I kind of match it to the wing from underneath my eye. You'll be able to see better on this side what I mean. So I'm doing the same thing where I'm following my natural lash line and just really emphasizing my natural eye shape. So I'm just packing on the color, making it a bit more intense, seeing the spots that I missed. There I am extending the wing a little bit. And then I'm going to go right underneath, creating a wing underneath and kind of connecting it to the top part. You're going to see what I mean in a second. So there I go with the color, packing it underneath, kind of creating, like I said, that second wing, but then connecting it at the very end. So this gives a really nice smoky effect. And also, again, like, if you have bags under your eyes or if you're tired, like I barely got any sleep last night, the insomnia was real. And this kind of makeup look really covers that. And you kind of get distracted from everything else going on that you don't notice the bag. So a win is a win. Extra step with a brown eyeliner, going just in the like inner creases of your eye with that will just add a little more oomph. Then brown mascara to finish off. This is always boring, so I just sped it up. But usually I do about 2 coats and I'm also going to be doing my lower lash line as well to kind of add to the smokiness of the whole look. And we're done. This is the look all together. It takes a few steps, but honestly, I've been loving the outcome of this. It's kind of the merge of a warm but overall cool, that chocolate cool, smoky glamour. I just kisses, obsessed. Try it, you will love it. You'll be giving yourself a thumbs up like this one. Oh yeah.